Hi everyone, we are baking red lemons. In South Africa we call them snowballs. We've got your sugar, half a cup of sugar, 1.5 cup of flour, strawberry jam, baking powder, your salt, vanilla essence, fine coconut 200 grams, 2 eggs, half a cup of milk, half a cup of oil. Let's go. So you're gonna put your 1.5 cup of flour in the bowl, add your pinch of salt, and then you're gonna add your 2 teaspoons of baking powder. This baking powder always gives me problem, guys. I think next time I should unhook the teaspoons. That's what I'm going to do next time. Mix that all up. Mix. And then you set that bowl aside. And then in another bowl, you're going to add your 2 eggs. And then soon after, you whisk that up. And then you add your half a cup of sugar. And you will definitely need to whisk that up as well. You whisk up every ingredient that you add on this step. Whisk that all up. And then you add your 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence. Yes, just like that. Whisk that up as well. Whisk after every ingredient that you add, you whisk it up. Next is your oil. Whisk. And then next up is your milk. Just like that. Add your milk. Then whisk. And then you will add that to your dry ingredients. And then mix in a folding way. Make sure everything is in there. And then mix like that. Please do not use a whisker. It's going to just over mix your dough. So use a spatula, please. And by the way, please make sure your oven is preheated to 180 degrees Celsius. Mix the dough as I'm mixing it, like as if you're folding it. Looks all done. In my greased pan with butter. It's a square tin, 15 by 15 centimeters. Add your mixture to the tin. And then just slightly spread your mixture in the tin, just so that it fills up every corner so that the cake can rise evenly. And then just tap it on the counter to avoid bubbles on your mixture. And then in the oven you go. Wait for the cake to cool down for about 30 minutes and then take it out as I'm doing just here. Everything is done. Cut your cake into squares. I cut mine into 9 squares. 9 equal squares. Now I'm doing my syrup. I used my half a cup measurement, so I used 2, which equals to 1 cup of jam. And I'm using strawberry jam, guys. You can also use apricot jam. It works just fine. So on here I used 1 cup of boiling water, but I would suggest you do not use 1 cup. Use half a cup of water because my syrup ended up being too liquidy and it made my cake, I think after a while it made my cake soggy. So I would suggest use half a cup of boiling water and 1 cup of jam. Then your syrup becomes a bit thickish, but you also don't want it too thick. Then over here I'm adding my red food coloring. It makes it become a nice red color, as you can see. Oh, look at that, honey. And then now we added our fine coconut. I had to finish some that I left over, so I'm opening a new pack here. So it's 1 cup of fine coconut, but you have to use 2 cups. I later in the video I ended up adding 1 more cup, so eventually it's 2 cups of coconut. That would be enough for this recipe. And then now we're starting to dip our cakes. Just a disclaimer, this cake is a bit messy. These dips are a bit messy, so just be prepared for that. Okay. Make sure all sides are dipped in the syrup so that all sides can stick to the coconut. And there you go, just dip on all sides. As you can see, you can please use your tongs. I'm using my tongs. It's much easier and less messier when you use them. And just look at that. Oh, look at that red color, honey. Oh my goodness. Oh, wowzers. And yes, I did that on all the squares. As you can see, fast forward, we did that on all the squares. And there you go, guys, all done, looking so nice. My family already ate some. Look how beautiful that comes out, perfect for Valentine's.